Hey guys, welcome back to another Hypixel UHC. So as you can see in the top right, we got a hand cam today. You know, obviously I have 4 hooves, but you know how it is. My Twitter profile literally says it's hard to use Twitter with 4 hooves, and that's just using Twitter. So it's quite literally impossible to, play Minecraft. So I found some hands. Okay, don't question it. Obviously I use a foot pedal to sprint. Definitely. Okay, and also since I'm actually trying to do YouTube seriously and like do good for once after all these years, if you guys aren't subscribed, please just subscribe, please. And if you enjoyed the video, leave a like. And also in the bottom right corner, there's a glass. There's just a glass of water. Okay, so yeah. Anyways, it usually takes me around like 1 or 2 games to kind of warm up and get my bearings when I just get onto the game. So my first game, not really too great. I accidentally went enchanter kit here, and yeah, I'll go into more detail about my whole playstyle just in the third game, which is like the actual one that's like good. But yeah, in this first game I just kind of like grabbed a Miner's Blessing, and I just had no healing, so I died. I didn't really think anything of it. It's more just like a PvP practice here. So yeah, I might have warmed up the PvP in the first game, but in the second game, I did another very traditional strategy. You guys don't really ever see it in videos because there's probably a good reason why you don't see it, and it's called the forget your wood strategy. I'm actually so trash to this game that I forget wood actually way more than I'd like to admit. We just ended up having to go to surface early with, still enough iron, obviously, because I went stone tools this game. And I just made full iron and a sharp 2 iron sword. This is usually what I end up doing. Unless I find diamonds really early, then I'll go all the way back up to get wood. But, I didn't do that this game because I didn't find anything. So I just try to do my best with the sharp 2 iron. And yeah, this is really how it went. Okay, here's where I make my major mistake this game. And as you can see, right when I'm looting, I pick up a flame bow, and I also pick up a lot of gold. But then I get backstabbed by Dose. Since I didn't recognize I had all that gold, I was like, oh, I actually only have a Geode and then a gap, and the Geode's only just going to heal me back to full, so I really barely have any healing. I'm like, let me just go for the obby trap. And I do recognize that I have that gold once I get underground because I craft some gaps, right? But then why did I not just go back up to surface? Or why did I not just bow stab him with a flame bow in the first place to get him off of me? This is a very big choke right here. I probably could have just easily killed him and won this game, but it's fine. You know what? Everybody makes mistakes, and this is like a good point to, try to really think through my decisions in the next game and just really try to make sure that I play a lot better next game because I obviously choked this one really hard. Alright, so this is the third game, and let me actually explain what I really do in UHCs. I always try to get orange dye, 14 sand, and at least 15 cane. And the reason for that is because with the 15 cane, you can basically have enough paper to make a firework rocket. If you get gunpowder, you can make a blaze rod, and then the 12 cane is obviously for sharp 3. So in total, that'd be like a sharp 3 drag. And obviously you need the sand for the blaze rod along with the dye. And the 6 extra sand over the 8 sand that you need for the stained glass is because those 6 extra pieces of sand are useful for making bottles. Usually I only make like 3 bottles, and it's just good for like XC bottles or something, but sometimes I just save it for later too. Just so I have some extra bottles that are pretty useful, you know, in case I get redstone later, or if I get like stuff for velocity pots or potions of toughness or just anything. There's a lot of good potions to make, or you know, some obvious ones like flask of cleansing or flask of ichor or something. And obviously I get wood sometimes. You probably should do it every time. And usually I just run towards 0-0, and I'll try to go in the first cave that I see once I got all that stuff. If I obviously make it a 0-0, I'll just dig straight down because I don't want to waste more time and money away from 0-0 again. So if I'm like stuck in one place, I'll just use regular furnaces, or if I'm like constantly moving, then I'll probably just mine enough coal for forges. Because like in this situation right here, I already found everything within the ravine, and I'm like, oh, I'm perfectly ready to go up. I don't want to bother wasting time mining for more coal when I could just get all my other crafts done. So I'll just use some regular furnaces. But yeah, if I was like moving around like strip mining a lot or something, I'd probably just get enough coal to get the forges. So yeah, that's more relevant in like an example where you're a little bit after PvP still. And in that situation, I typically like to put my armor on. You know, I want to make sure that I can at least fight back. But I'll probably just have like an apprentice, or maybe I'm just mining for a little bit more redstone, or maybe looking for some diamonds at the last moment or something. But yeah, that's the type of situation where I'd make forges. And then continuing on from that, yeah, obviously in this game, as you can see, I can make a sharp D drag, so that's exactly what I do here. And then I just like to go up. I don't care about going up right after PvP. I like to just, you know, make sure I take my time, try to at least get a better weapon. I never really rush an apprentice unless my internet goes out mid-game or something, and like I come back with like negative time left or something stupid. But yeah, I like to typically at least mine for usually like a sharp 3 iron at minimum if I go with some tools. And that's just because, you know, you want to be able to deal some good damage. And apprentice sword doesn't even become a sharp 2 until 10 minutes after PvP. That is just absolutely terrible. So you really do not want to be rushing that stuff. So yeah, also I don't recommend making bloodlust because you basically have to get 3 to 6 kills to be effective with it. And that's just because like sharp 3 is at 3 kills and sharp 4 is at 6 kills, right? And those first couple kills are quite crucial to get. So you don't really want to make it where you have a very bad sword for those first 2 kills with the sharp 1 to sharp 2 diamond. So I really try to stray away from that unless I literally find 0 cane. But another thing that you can do if you find a little bit of cane and you still have a little bit of time before you need to go to ground, like maybe like 7 to 6 minutes till PvP enabling, you can just chop some trees down and get some saplings and make some sugar rush crafts. It's like 1 sugar, 2 seeds, and a sapling, and you basically get 3 extra cane from that. Really easy craft, just chop some trees down. You get some free blocks too, so not bad at all. Anyways, let's just get up to the surface and I'll talk about my decision making throughout these fights that I take in this game. Alright, so this is the first fight I'm taking against somebody who's in my cave. Typically, I would actually go up to the surface if it's some random person that is kind of suspicious. But obviously, I've played a lot of Hypixel UHC and I've memorized a lot of these players, especially if you're like at least like 6-star plus. I've definitely seen you around a lot. For example, this person, the real SpongeBob, I've seen them before, I fought them before, I know they're legit. And because of that, I'll at least maybe think about taking the cave fight. So I'm just gonna look at what they have in terms of gear. And I'm just trying to J-hop them, like dig under or whatever. And I don't need to like really dig too aggressively on them. I see to kind of assess the situation. But in this situation, they're literally in a 1x1 hole. Water and lava. It's over, okay? There is one thing I messed up on. As you see, this was recorded like 10 days ago. And I actually came up with a new technique in that time. And that's basically sometimes when the opponent is like out of healing or like basically about to die, you can dig them out of the obby trap so that they're in a hole right under the obby. And you just kill them there with like 1 more hit or something. And that's because if you do that, their loot won't explode everywhere. Like sometimes if they're in the obby, their loot will just fly away to like some other caves or on surface or something random, or in this case into the pool of lava, and I really never get it stopped then. Okay, so the first thing I always do when I hit surface, you gotta go get 2 things. If you don't have a water bucket yet, grab a water bucket. And the other thing is, you gotta make sure you shear for your healing. That's like the most important thing. You gotta get healing, or else what are you gonna do in the game? You're basically dead. That leads me to the second point and the second kill, which is if you see people shearing, they're shearing for one reason usually. They're shearing for healing, right? So you just want to jump them, and you're gonna get free stuff off of them. Like in this case right here, this person, I catch them off guard shearing. They die, they got more gold from me. And they even dropped with the G-Ed. Hey, I'll take it. Alright, so a lot of my strategy in the early game is there's two things I work towards. One is just killing innocent irons who literally have nothing that they can do against me, and killing players who will benefit me in terms of diamond armor. So if it's like a really free full diamond, like a really bad player has full diamond, or you know, just maybe like an extra diamond piece or two off of another kill, where I can afford to use some of my healing to exchange it for extra diamond pieces. So in this situation, it's an iron. And I don't know why, but if you shoot them once with a bow, they just typically just turn around and like, oh, I'm gonna fight you. I don't know why. Like, I shot that once with a bow. You can just keep running for free, but no. They decide to turn around and fight. It's really weird. I don't know why people do that, but it just works a lot of the time for me. Like, I shoot them once with a bow and they're like, all right, it's time to fight. Let's go, buddy. Just another easy head to get right here. Alright, just another iron, but actually one thing I do need to say is that I usually try to save one regular head to rush people. I usually make like 2 to 3 G-Heads, I don't know, depends on whatever I'm feeling, before I actually just save a regular head when playing stone tools and just melee rushing. And that's because, you know, G-Heads are obviously really good. You don't want to quick drop, you want to be able to eat those at any time if you need to get out of a sticky situation. However, you know, I like to have one head just to head rush somebody and get an easy kill, like right here. Okay, so here's a very important play that I make. So what I do during the entire time is I look in chat to see who gets called out a lot for B hopping. So for example, this person who's running towards me, I've seen them get called out for hopping. I literally see them hopping on somebody right over there. So I'm like, all right, yeah, they're 100% hopping. What else is there to say? So I'm just gonna dig down. That's what you always do. 100%. There's not actually a different play to make. You always just dig down if you see a hopper. And they always, I mean, there's really nothing else for the hopper to do, but they always dig on the diagonal from you to try to just dig towards them, because you're not going to be able to outrun a hopper. That's not an option. You got to fight. So that's what we're doing here. Yeah, if they're going to dig on you, you want to be prepared to dig in the diagonal corners that they're going to dig on. And you want to spleef them down onto your level and get to the area where they dug down from, so you can block them from scaffolding upwards. And you want to lava them, but don't obsidian trap them unless you have like a notch or something, because they'll anti-obby. But if you want to like notch apple, if you make them anti-obby under the obsidian, there's no way they're getting up above that anymore. So that's a good option if you're really stacked and you really need to secure the kill and you don't want them to escape. But most of the time you want to just lava them and block their scaffolding path. But that's all irrelevant right now because this kid's sweating and he's not even going to dig. Like, he's actually scared while cheating. That's a little bit sad. That's fine. You can just craft on the ground, or you can just wait, and yeah, if he's hopping someone else, go bow him. Just hard target the hopper. Unless it's like a clean iron hopper who can't do anything. But that's an exception to the norm. 99.9% of the time, literally just hard target the hopper. You gotta just do anything you can that won't get you killed while draining the hopper, and you know, just doing your best to try to help other people or yourself kill that person. Oh yeah, also, after the hopper gets a kill and they leave that area, you can often loot sweep some items off the ground. I've won multiple games where I've just stolen full diamond from these idiot hoppers. It's very funny. They're very lazy and they don't expect you to do these things. I will say one thing though, you really can't win against somebody who's an extremely sweaty hopper. The only thing you can do is feel sorry for them. If you are literally sweating while hopping, or if you're hopping in general, like, you're just weird, bro. Like, that is actually just so weird. Like, I don't know. It's just, I laugh because it's sad. Like, it's just actually, I feel bad for these people. Now, sometimes you might get stuck on surface and the hopper just catches you off guard and you just can't get underground. You should still try to dig, but sometimes you get lagged back or just unfortunate things happen. If you find yourself stuck at a spot where your like back is against the wall, so you won't really take any knockback, you can try to hit her with the hopper and like try to hit them back a good amount. And especially if you outgear them and have some G-heads left, you can try to tank it and try to deal a ton of damage to them. And I actually forced him to start scaffold towering away from me, and like he runs out of healing on everything, and he just gets killed off in deathmatch because of all that. And then once again, we're back to just killing the irons. And once you're really stacked, it's the same principle. Either going for diamond pieces that you can get for fusion armor, or just random irons. And yeah, that's what we do. We just kill a bunch of irons. And you basically want to find the best opportunity to fight the other stack person. And well, sometimes that's just going to be the final fight because you want to get everything prepared For example, in this game, I was trying to save up a little bit of extra gold for a notch apple, and just trying to collect a few regular heads, which I actually get done. I also pick up some strength 2 pots, because why not? I don't know how, I don't know why somebody showed up so late with those, but those are pretty nice. And there's actually Frozen Shark, who's like the nicked full diamond. It's currently somebody I actually like knows, so that's fine. But then there's also some random full diamond. Now I've kind of realized that random full diamond, he didn't really do much in deathmatch, so I was assuming, oh, he's probably not that good of a player. He's not really doing anything really. He doesn't even have like strong diamond armor. I'm pretty sure some of his pieces are like unenchanted. So I know the threat is only just Krun, so I'm just gonna go all in on Krun. If I need to, I can just sweat it out against the last person and win. So I just need to really kill Krun, and that's what I did. I went for him instead of the other full diamond. And yeah, that's the game. And hopefully this video kind of explains my playstyle a bit and maybe give you some useful tips or stuff. And yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed. And yeah, let me know if you guys want more Handcam or have any other video suggestions. And yeah, anyways, hopefully you enjoyed the video. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time.